Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back again with Karn Eldrazi Ramp on the draw for game one. Not really feeling this hand. What's my best draw? Utopia Sprawl, but then what? Yeah, we can play a return on turn 2, but not much else. A Karn on turn 3, sure. But you'd really have to draw into Utopia Sprawl and a Soul Land for this hand to be good. I'm gonna mulligan this. It's not like the worst hand I've seen. Um, this is interesting, right? Because another temple makes this great, a forest makes this great. We have a lot of good hits. A soul land makes it good. The question is, do I dump a Karn or a Rumble? So we have 16 hits off the top here alone. Let's go Rumble and run it. If we become desperate, we can always cycle the K command to draw a card, try and dig a bit deeper. It's not something I want to do, but something we can do, right? Let's see what our opponent's playing on. Edge Maze, Surveil Trigger, could be a few things. Keeps it on top, not giving us any good information. Draw. Cavernous Souls is kind of mid. We'll play Eldrazi Temple and pass. The nice thing at the very least is that we do guarantee a K command X equals 1 next turn, so that's nice. Does let us scry draw. Looks like this is Living End. Would really love to play this Karn quickly. Another Soul Land would also be good, so we could K command for 2. They did miss out on a land though, which is significant. The question now becomes whether or not we Utopia Sprawl or Rumble. I mean, they can't Cascade next turn. I'm gonna go Breeding Pool. Rumble. Do you have a Force? There's a Temple. We could go Myco Spawn into a Bajuka Bog. That is a genuine thought. It would make things more difficult for them. Putting the Myco Spawn into the yard, though, is also good for us, so I think we do that. And we'll pass. That way, if they Living End, we'll get a Myco Spawn back, which is nice. Next turn, we'll have 6 mana for Eldrazi or 4 for non-Eldrazi. The question then becomes whether or not we cast the K command, or hold the K command, or cast the Karn. Karn into Chalice will be pretty good. The only fear I have is a Subtlety, though. So hence I'm a little bit hesitant. Draw. Another Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, if they have land into Subtlety, we're in trouble. Or Subtlety into land, we'd be a bit in trouble. So I think I will Eldrazi Temp and then pass. Hold up the K command. We can X equals 4, get rid of the most problematic of cards, right? Imagine Surveil Land, Hollow Fountain, untapped. I'm gonna guess Generosent, Cycle Curator. And currently they have 4 hits in yard. Nice thing about having Karn here and Bridge inside is that Bridge is pretty effective. I mean, at this point, what we can do is we can get them to use a Force if they have it, right? Just ramp and then 1, 2. Which ones am I most worried about? Not a Street Wraith, Curator, Riverwinder. So ramp and exile. And done. Do you have a hard cast force? You do, okay. Null Drift. Funny enough, we could evoke a Null Drift. Let's see here. Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will cast Karn, the Great Creator. Do you have a Subtlety? Minus Karn. Yes. For Chalice of the Void. Cast Chalice for 0. And for red. And pass. Even if they get rid of Chalice, we can end up just stonewalling with a bridge. So I'm not exactly too concerned. Generous Ent, Forest Cycle, Lush Portico, Surveil. Currently have access to 2, 4, 6, 7 mana. Draw. I mean, we could just Karn here for a Stone Brain, right? Minus KGC. And I guess I could go Stone Brain. We could also just grab... No, we can't grab Crypt. We can grab Jailer, though. Jailer does stop it, but we could just as well Stone Brain. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. So let's start off with a Stone Brain, shall we? Let me see. How do I want to proceed here? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugin Lab. Imprint. Stone Brain. And opponent's gonna scoop it up. So this is Living End. Win for game 1. We'll bring in our 3 Jailers over the K returns. Could argue holding 1 back, but we have Chalice of the Void, so I'm not too concerned. Want to bring in Consigned Memory as well. Cut Ghost Quarter, keep a Jukabog. Cut Emrakul, and I'd say Worldbreaker. The reach of Worldbreaker is nice. Devour, though, can exile something. Worldbreaker, though, can always exile a Shardless Agent, I suppose, but I think Devour might be a bit better in this instance. And let's run it back. Let's see here. Jailer's solid. Turn 1 play. I'll keep and pass. Misty Rainforest. Draw. A second Jailer. Okay. Yeah, what I'm most worried about here... Oh, I guess that's right. My sideboard guide recommends cutting both Emrakul because inevitable betrayal, which I think is still correct. I just did a little bit of a whoopsie. Could have definitely cut the second Emrakul, because if they do Betrayal into Emrakul, I really can't do anything about it, short of like having 2 Sire 7 deaths. We'll cast Jailer and pass. No cascading for you, it's not allowed. Second Jailer is really gonna hammer that home. We do want another land though, so we can Soin Mega Spawn and ramp, either that or K Command. Hedge Maze, yep. I think the worst case scenario for us is a force, right? Because then they can kill both Jailer. That would kind of suck. Misty Rain. And draw. Commercial District trigger. Windswept Teeth top. And Jailer number 2 and pass. Do you have the Force of Vigor is the question of the day. Because if you do, I'm in trouble. Pause on end step, fetch of the Misty. Lush Portico, looking for options. We also could just go Karn into Chalice, and that would have 3 lock pieces on board, which I think is right. At the same time, a little bit worried about a force here. Fetch at the Windswept Teeth. Forest. I mean, it's not like they've been putting anything in the yard, right? Micah Spawn or Command is the question. Like I said, it's not like they have anything in yards. I'm not expecting a living end. I'm expecting an inevitable betrayal instead. The thing is, if they force a vigor here, I'm in trouble. Maybe we just try and jam the Karn. I might be right. Yeah, let's force check. Fetch. Feeling like a force negation, hard cast. Yes, we'll pass in full. If you have a force of vigor, then like I said, we're in trouble. No force of vigor, that's solid. Cycle. Draw. Temple's probably one of the best draws I could have found right there. Only have 1 light source. We'll get rid of Lush Portico to take him off of Ardent Plea. We could go Bajuka Bog, but I think we just go for another Temple. Not really sure Bajuka Bog is entirely necessary. We also could go Sanctum, and funny enough, we could then dig for the 3rd Jailer. I mean, that might be right. We would be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would be 7. So yeah, let's go Sanctum, and then pass. And pass. It is a forest. Can I breeding pool Can I Myco Spawn and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 minus, or 7 minus 4 would be 3. So no. Alright, let's start with an attack from the Myco Spawn. Paying cost for endurance. Okay. Targets me. And then we'll block. I will, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so yes, what we'll do is we'll shock in a breeding pool. And I'm going to ramp Scry Draw. And hold up a green source. Trigger. Do you have another force? Yes. I'm gonna grab another Soulless Jailer. Commandeer. Well, now that's just rude. Gets rid of 2 cards, Ardent Plea and Betrayal. Well, not much we can do about that now, is there? Oofta. Yeah, in retrospect, maybe I should have brought, or shouldn't have played the breeding pool until after that resolved. We'll pass. Top 2, 3 bottom. And pass. They still need an answer to the 2 jailers on board. A third one's going to make their life pretty difficult. But now they can start playing creatures, right? Foundation Breaker. Gets rid of 1. Still need a Force of Vigor to get rid of 2 collectively. And draw. In that case, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get rid of your blue source, or second blue source rather. And we've seen the inevitable betrayal, though I imagine they might still have some living end. I think I'll just go temp so that way we can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That we can play Null Drifter next turn. Half tempted to go Cavernous Souls just in case they play a consign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we'll go Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. Second jailer again. All right. All right, now we have him in a decent position. And draw. Return Null Drifter to hand. Cast Null Drifter, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So no counter spells. Could always Subtlety still. World Breaker, Null Drifter, solid cards. At that point, I will pass in full. No reason to play anything. We'll be able to start attacking with Null Drifter, play World Breaker, get rid of their Forest. That way they can't cast Charlotte's Agent. Writhing Chrysalis is solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll go Ugin Lab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can cast the Emrakul. Cast Writhing Chrysalis. Cast World Breaker. Trigger 1, trigger 2. Stack the triggers and exile the forest. Make it harder for them to evoke foundation breakers, etc. Yeah, we're just setting up a really solid board state, making it very difficult for them to come back. Solid win there against Living End. Again, Karn in game 1. I mean, solid card. Soulless Jailer, whenever someone asks me why I run 3 of them, I mean, Living End's a fantastic example. That said, we'll be back for match 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. I will keep this. Keep and pass. Looks like burn. Nope, hollow 1. Ugin Lab. Imprint. Cast and pass. Let's hope for no Burning Inquiry. Bloodstain Mire. Fetch. FOMO. Interesting. Blazing Root Walla. Madness Trigger. Good stuff. Okay, return right now wouldn't be too bad, I'll admit. Devourer is also solid. Utopia Sprawl for red. I mean, I'm tempted to rumble here into a K command. Alternatively, I could just K command, exile FOMO, or Mako, right? There's the K return we were looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm thinking about grabbing the gemstone, honestly. Let's grab the gemstone. And then just hold up the K command. Three types in yard. Burning Inquiry. In that case, let's ramp exile. Get Marauder off board. Well, we lose out on the Emrakul, but it's not the end of the world. Three types in yard. So FOMO's not online just yet. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not enough to bring back to World Breaker and cast. I'll take the, what, 5? Yeah. Down to 12, draw. Bajuka Bog's not doing too much here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. play Verdant Cat. And, I mean, we're set up for an Emrakul next turn. So at this point, I'll pass. Faithless Looting resolves. So it looks like this one leans much more into like Flameblade Adept, FOMO. There's Vengevine and a Phoenix. So that gives me a good inclination of what they're planning on doing, right? I mean, I could just exile 1/2 now. So I think I do need to ramp exile. So first, fetch with the Verdant Cat for a forest. Kozilek's Command. Exile 3. So we want Vengevine, Phoenix, Faithless Looting. X equals 3, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, yes. Hollow 1 ETBs, 3 types in yard, confirming 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yes. So we'll take it all. So that's 6 mana, or 6 damage down to 5. End step, return Emrakul to hand. And draw. Sanctum trigger. Interesting. In retrospect, what I should have done is actually play the Bojuka Bog after the sweep, but not the end of the world. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, which means I can play a Talisman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Our turn, comrade. I will search. Question is for what? I think Osiris 7 deaths is in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, we only have 6 though. Opponent's gonna scoop, it looks like. Yep, opponent scoops. So Hollow 1. Win for game 1. Going on to game 2. Opponent is Vengevine build, which does make Soulless Jailer kind of appealing. I'm trying to remember if I have a sideboard guide for Hollow 1. I don't think I do. I do not. Excuse me. Just trying to think. Karn is okay here. I mean, I guess Bridge is nice. I could cut 2 Karn. So, Ghost Quarter out for sure. Cut 2 Karn. I could cut 2 7-mana value spells for 2 Jailers, I suppose. Is that beneficial? And it feels like Karn's pretty weak into this matchup. Its main target would be like a Tormod's Crypt. So we could just cut all 3 and bring in 3 Jailer instead. We have fetchable graveyard hate in the way of Bajuka Bog. And then cut 2 7-mana value spells, probably an Emrakul. Trying to think if they have any graveyard hate. I don't think so. So maybe not Emrakul. Devour's kind of eh. It does hit some things. Worldbreaker is pretty nice though. Reach. Sire's very good. Drifter's good. So yeah, maybe cut an Emrakul. And run it like this. Stops Vengevine from re-entering. I think it stops Phoenix, but I'm not entirely certain on that actually. I'm not sure if Bestow is like escape and that it's cast from the graveyard. I'll keep this. We draw into a 7-mana value spell, it's solid. We draw into a green source, or rather a forest, an untapped forest, it's solid. Mako, at the very least we can exile that. Yeah, I mean, I think we Ugin Lab, Imprint Breaker, and pass. Hold on the off chance that it's relevant. Arena of Glory. Goblin Lore will pass in full. Burning Inquiry, love to see that gone. Hollow One, not as thrilled about that, however. Myco Spawn. Well, I will play the Temple and pass. We'll hold up K command X equals 2. Street Wraith cycle, that's fine. Worst case scenario here is the Tectus Phoenix. Bloodstained Mire, fetch. Stomping Ground, shock. No, tapped, okay. So don't have much in the way of plays, it seems, then. Gonna haste in a FOMO. A Mako. Okay. And a Detectus Phoenix. Looking like it on the Mako. That is interesting. Yeah, that resolves. Go to combat. So that's 7 damage down to 9. The only trouble here is I don't actually have any playables after this unless I draw into a colored source, do I? Huh. That does make this interesting. Should I scry draw? Maybe. We definitely... Because at the very least this is 8, 12 down to 4. It's not looking pretty if I don't either exile or block. And I think we ramp and exile. We have 9 hits off the top for Forest. We also have access to Talismans. The question now becomes, do I block the Hollow One? I think we can get away with it. Of course I'm going to draw into like a Devourer or a Sire's 7 Deaths, right? Temple, that's not helping. Well, we'll play the Temple, and then we'll pass. And block the Hollow One. Yeah, things are looking a bit rough. I mean, another Kozilek's command would be solid. Exile the Mako, block the Hollow One. Wouldn't be horrible. That's 7 we're staring down at. Again, we'll block the Hollow One. Down to 10. Just need to give ourselves enough time. Charma, targeting. Well, this is tricky now. That's 7 in the air next turn. Yeah, that's fine. We'll return World Breaker to hand. We now only have access to 6 mana, colorless. Okay, there's a colored source. 7. Verdant Catacombs fetch for a forest. Sowing Mycospawn. For a blocker. We'll take 7 down to 2. Currently have access to 5. Could bump it up to 7. Boy. Yeah, we'll go Temple. And pass. Hasting, well that's scary. Can't block it. We're going down to 1. Is that right? Yes. Draw. Null Drift. Oh, you got to be joking me. It actually wouldn't matter because Phoenix would survive. Okay. I'm going to Ugin Lab Imprint Breaker. I'm gonna Rumble. Null Drifter. If we could have hit a command or a return, that would have been fine. But now we're hitting nothing. We can cast a Null Drifter, but then what? We got absolutely nothing. And we're left at 1. Oofta. Okay, yeah, we'll concede. Yeah, the hope was to find an Emrakul, to see a return, etc., right? Go to sideboard. Loss for game 2. We can cut out a Gemstone Cavern, bring in an Emrakul. Could bring in Devourer, but like I said, Devour hits... I mean, it's relevant cards, but the ability to fly is very relevant here with Detective's Phoenix. Yeah, let's keep this. On the play for game 3. That's a mulligan. We can keep this. The question is what to pitch. Jesus. I mean, I can pitch the Rumble. Yeah, that might be right if we go Temple, Temple, Command. Yeah, I'll pitch the Rumble. I think if we land the Sire, we just win. Pass. And hold. Because I really don't think they can deal with the Sire 7 deaths effectively. Mako. Street Wraith. And Ugin Lab. We could insulate the Sire from a Burning Inquiry, but don't think that's necessary. We'll go Eldrazi Temp and pass. Hold up the delay to respond. If they cast an inquiry, we'll cast the command. Haste instead for Root Walla and Root Walla. Yes, that is fine. Go to combat. The Mako can get pretty big, pretty quick, even bigger than our Sire, so we'll ramp Exile. And done. And pass. I mean, that's a bit of a desperation play on their part to tap an Arena of Glory, isn't it? Because now they only have one land. I'm half tempted to kick a Sowing Mycospawn and then Ugin Lab imprint the Sire to insulate it. Because then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think that might be right. We have access to 5, 6. Kick the mountain out, and opponent scoops. Yep, opponent scoops. Yeah, like we could have just cast the Sire, but doing this insulated the Sire, ensure that we could play it on turn 4. They're down 2 lands basically, so they're back on turn 1 with just Root and Wallas on the field. Yeah, that seems solid. Alright, solid win. We'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. It's a bit slow, but we can keep it. Reveal Sire, 7 deaths. Trigger. Lab is solid. Temple's good. I think we go Lab. That way we can go Eldrazi Temple, Lab, Talisman, Rumble. Yeah, that seems good. Temple, pass. And pass. Flooded Strand. Fetch for Sacred Foundry. Yep, so it looks like it's energy. That return would have been nice. Ragavan? Ragavan. I think we can block it with the spawn. Imprint. Talisman. Rumble. 2, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. Yeah, I think I go with Breaker here. And then pass. Yeah, seeing that return there is going to be very good. 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're 1 short on the Breaker. So we'll still block, I think. And just set up for next turn. Gonna snap block this. I'm the only one that gets the ramp opponent, not you. Me. Static Prison hits the Talisman. That is actually pretty impactful, I will admit. Also that Pride on top of which will pass. Need an untapped green source now. That's not it. 7. Oh, Commercial District feels so dumb. Because I, like, whatever's on top. I guess I give them a gemstone. Put it on top of the library. Yeah. Hold the blade to respond, off chance that it's relevant. So we currently have 8. 5 short on Emrakul. Just had to Static Prison my Talisman opponent. Take the 3. I'll get a treasure. I think they were right for doing so. They're just annoying. If I can draw into a soul land, that would be Fantastic. Arena of Glory. Flage? Flage. It's me for 3, down to 13. Onslaught Pride triggers. And draw. Forest. Okay. This isn't too bad. 2, 4, 6. Though, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to 4. Yeah, 5 to 4 up to 6. Let's go Forest. Utopia Sprawl for blue or for red? Let's go for... I'm debating blue. Like, we have 1 Chrysalis, but 3 Null Drifts, right? I'm gonna go blue. Malevolent Rumble. Sure enough, there's Null Drift. Would have liked that Sire, though, I will admit. 5 types in yard. Triggers. Draw 2. 2 more Null Drifts, Jesus. There 1. And no. Pass. I'm a bit scared of them having a fetch, I will admit. Static Prison. They could sack it. Yeah, that could be a problem if they do have a fetch. I mean, if they have a fetch, they could just fetch Surveil, Haste, right? I'd be at 1. Yeah, not the biggest fan of that notion. And that's exactly what they're thinking of doing, damn. Yeah, I mean, they had it regardless. They just gave me back an extra mana, arguably. Unless they also have a bolt, in which case I'm just dead on the spot. Oofta. Yeah. Well, it does happen. I was hoping it wouldn't, but here we are. If I had a K command, we would have been able to deal with it. So we'll take 12 down to 1, meaning we're 1 bolt or a Goblin Bombardment away from losing. Yeesh. Hold up, what? Is the opponent not going to do that? Interesting. Why wouldn't they? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we do have Emrakul next turn. So no matter what, I'll take control of their turn. They do exert the Arena of Glory. The main downside, of course, is that I can't tap it. But I mean, if they don't want to cast Flage, that's fine by me. Bolt? Huh. Why do that? Oh, because you're going to haste another creature. Ah, shit. Yeah. I'm dead. It's going to be a Ragavan, I guess. Hasten the Ragavan for lethal damage. I mean, should I have not swept that turn? That's 11 damage. I mean, what the hell am I supposed to do with that? That's hasted 12 damage on turn 4. I mean, sure, I can cast an Emrakul on turn 3 sometimes, but that's freaking nutty. Even after sweeping their board. That's energy for you. It can sometimes just win out of nowhere. Alright, well, bring in Dismember K returns. I feel like we played that correctly. Maybe I could be wrong. Let's see. We could just cut KGC in full, but we don't really need the Ghost Quarter as the thing, right? And we also are on the play, so I don't need the Gemstone either. So I can bring back a KGC, I suppose? There's not much else that I'd be chomping at the bit to bring in. And KGC is really the main cut here in this matchup. So yeah, I think we just do that. Keep 2 KGC, cut Gemstone, Ghost Quarter. That was an oofta. I mean, there's a reason why Energy's back at the top of the most played deck. I think the last 7 days, like 22% of the meta is Energy, which is just ridiculous. Take a look real quick. I'm kind of curious now what it is as of this moment. 7 days. Okay, it actually dropped a bit. Shocking. 18.7. Last 14. That doesn't seem right. Last 30 is 18.7. Okay, there we go. That seems better. Last 7 is 21.9. Yeah. 14, 21.3. Yeah. I mean, it's a good deck. It's pretty straightforward. Not much thinking required. Not saying that's not complex sometimes. That opponent saw a very good line and they made good use of it. I'll be on the play for game 2. No. Like, I need another land for this to be relevant. Like, if that was a forest, I'd keep, but I cannot. We can keep this one, though. Pitch what? An Emrakul? Emrakul's kind of weak here. Wooded Foothills, fetch. Forest. 4 red. And pass. Next turn we'll Null Drift if they don't interact my mana. What say you, opponent? We need to play around Charmal, and of course there's always the threat of Molten Rain, but like we can't really play around Molten Rain. We can try and interact with their mana base so they can't play it, but that's about it. World Break. Yep, Cavern Souls, we need lands. Need Eldrazi. And evoke the Null Drift. Null Drift is such a good card. Oof. Not great. I'd love to see a land here so we can play the Writhing Grist. We'll pass. Like, worst comes to worst, we play the Talisman. The Soul Land would be the best case scenario by far. Guess I'd also take a K return. It wouldn't be great, but it would be okay. Right now, Charmal is getting discounted by 1. Do you want to keep that in mind? White, Static Prison, Wear Tear. Well, it looks like we're on Talisman unless we draw into a Soul Land. 8 hits off the top. Yeah, that's not great. Talisman, pass. I mean, I guess, like, them playing Wear Tear there is better than the alternative of, like, an Ajani. Oh, we desperately need a land right now. Arena of Glory. Ugh. Attack for 2, down to 16. Arena of Glory is such an underrated utility land. Molten Rain. And if they keep this up, I'm just dead. Of course. Pass. We'll fetch on end step for Commercial District, hoping to find a land. Hit me for 3, down to 11. And if they have another Molten Rain, I think it's just over. Oh no. I mean, yeah, there's not much I can do about freaking double Molten Rain. So you found a shock on top of which? First. What was that hand you kept? An Ocelot Pride? Some lands? Where to? Jesus, okay. Commercial District, trigger. Rumble to grave. I mean, the hand's gonna win you the game, so I can't really say much, but god dang, man. Double Molten Rain, Wear Tear, and a Static Prison? Blech. Oh, thanks. I mean, they're gonna hit me down to 7. They have, what, 5, 9, so they're gonna get Ascension, or they're gonna Ascend for City's Blessing. Yeah, so I mean, that's just the GG's. Bombardment on top of which, oh, okay, yeah, they just win. They go to the add insult to injury. Yeah, you got it, opponent. That was disgusting. Lost for game 2. All right, well, we'll move on to match 4. All right, and we're back for match 4. I mean, as a turn 3 Null Drift, what makes this hand good? I mean, Soul Lands, obviously. We have 8 hits off the top there. I guess we also have Utopia Sprawl for 12. Yeah, keep this. Pass. Oh, this is Bogles, ain't it? I'm in danger. I'm in danger. Interesting. Attack for 1. Not what I oh, never mind. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what not what I was expecting, but okay. Commercial District, trigger, Misty Rainforest. I really don't need that right now. I need something better. Temple's good. Huh. Huh. I mean, I can't get rid of them. I can't play Null Drifter either, so I think we just go Temple. We will scry draw. I think we need to get Emrakul out on board is what I need. Brushland. Griffin's Boon. Does that flying? 3 damage. And another Boggle. We'll go to end step. And let's K command X equals 1. Scry draw. We're looking for another soul land. Done. Karn is interesting, because an EE for 1 does get the job done. So yes, I'll put that on top and draw. And draw. As much as I would like to Myco spawn here, we will KGC. Minus KGC, yes. We're going to go Engineered Explosives and pass. Next turn, we can Myco Spawn for Ugin's Lab, and then EE for 1. Attacking me, and only 2 at Karn? That's fine. Keeping Karn on board is a-okay by me. And draw. Gemstone Cavern. So as long as I hold up a colored source, we're fine. So we go Gemstone. Sowing Myco Spawn. For Ugin Lab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, a Soul Land will get us there, so I think I will tuck a Null Drift. EE for 1. And done. KGC plus. Bit worried about a Tameo safekeeping, but I think we just run it out now. And pass. So yes, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can actually push it to 13 and cast Emrakul. No, we don't even need to. I was going to say we could just minus Karn, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Cast Emrakul. KGC plus. Our turn, comrade. Tis a Boggle. And opponent scoops. Opponent scoops. So Bogles. Win for game 1. Karn once again coming in clutch. Dismembered does jack all here, so I think we just bring in a K return. Karn, unironically, is solid because we have 3 copies of EE, 3 copies of Chalice. We could actually bring in Chalice of the Void, couldn't we? That's actually an interesting thought. Because if we just go Chalice of the Void, X equals 1 and call it a day. Well, that could be interesting. And it's better for us to do that early. I mean, cut, I'm going to say Devour. Because Devour is just downright not going to do much here. Cut a Ghost Quarter. And I think we grabbed the EE or the Chalice. I think the Chalice early makes sense. And being able to grab EE with Karn is right. There's not much else that would be of benefit here. So yeah, let's run it back. K return will be solid. EE solid grabbed off of Karn. Chalice on 1 for X equals 1 is fantastic. Hand's a bit meh, right? 9 hits for a green source. If you draw into a Talisman, it wouldn't be like the worst thing, but it wouldn't be great either. Well, that gets us to 13, I suppose. I guess it's really 10 if we include the commercial district. So we're looking at 14 potential hits. Yeah, we'll keep. We have 2 draws, 14 hits. Let's go for it. Thicket, Boggle. Okay, well, I said the Talisman was an option. Bog, pass, and pass. Light pause. Light pause will make things interesting. Cavernous Souls. Let's see then. We'll go Temple, Talisman, pass. We now have access to 4 mana. Cartouche, Light Pause, trigger. Value less than or equal to that aura. I always forget that says or equal to, which is pretty significant, isn't it? Hyena Umbra. Ooh, the Umbras are interesting because it does make it like pseudo indestructible, right? Draw. Temple. Huh. Let's go for it. And get rid of your thicket. Let's grab a... I'm tempted to grab a Sanctum of Ugin, and here's why. If we can somehow survive the turn, a Sire 7 Deaths would be solid. So I think we do go Sanctum of Ugin. And then pass. And pass. First strike, trample, hexproof, Rancor. Okay. Am I dead is the question of the day. Right now, they have first strike as well. Next turn I can get rid of an aura. Flying, that's a problem. That's 8 damage. Yeah. I think we just block here. We just need to buy time. Down to 8. Draw. Remind me how Rancor reads. And trample. We can get rid of flying. You could also get rid of the Hyena Umbra. Cartouche gives it first strike. We also could set up 2 blockers. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we can only set up 1 blocker. Right. I don't really want to take damage if I can help it. Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. And like I said, if I can land a Sire 7 Deaths, I think I might be able to get the game back into my favor. We can shrink Boggle by 2. Yeah, let's do that. Shrink the Boggle. Yes. For a Sire 7 Deaths. And pass. If I can resolve Sire and not just straight up die... I might be able to win. Problem is both of these has first strike. I wonder if maybe I should have gotten rid of a first strike instead in retrospect. The thing is they can't attack all too well unless they can get bigger than 7 power. Audacity, just another Rancor. Oh, shoot. Well, that is a problem now, isn't it? Down to 4. Down to 3. Yeah, it's a real possibility. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can get rid of light pause. Oh. This is interesting to me. That has trample. If I can get rid of light pause. Umbra armor, I think, only stops it from dying, not from being exiled. I'm tempted to rumble here, but it puts me down to 2, which is a bit uncomfy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Because if I do rumble, this would shrink by how much? Each enchantment you control, only by 2, so not enough to kill it. Not to mention Hyena Umbra. In that case, Commercial District. To Yard. Light pause down. 5 blockers now. Oh, you gotta be joking me. 7, which means I die. Because I block 5. Take 2, then 1. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, we were close on that one. One, 2, 3. Yeah, so the rumble wouldn't have gotten me there. Okay, it's a sideboard. Lost for game 2. And I think, well, we cut the gemstone. I'm not sure if Bajugabog actually is doing anything here. Devour's still not doing anything, though. So let me just bring in the Ghost Quarter and call it a day. I think realistically speaking, last game probably should drop the Bajukabog. That may have actually helped out a lot in retrospect. The Bajukabog was the Ghost Quarter. But it wasn't. On the play for game 3. As much as I would love to keep this, I don't think I can. Mulligan. We keep this one, though. We keep... So we go Sprawl. Maybe we do drop the Drifter. No. I think we drop the Myco Spawn, actually. Done. Opponent's down to 5. 4. That's an oof. Oof for oof loof. Yeah, because we go Forest Sprawl for blue. For blue. And pass. Draw. Let's see. Play Rumble. think I'll grab a Cyrus 7 Deaths. At the same time, a second Drifter might be right. Let's grab a Drifter. Play Commercial District, trigger, Rumble top, and pass. And pass. I'm just gonna sweep that immediately. No hesitation needed. Let's see. Rumble. Let's find a land. Stomping Grounds. Shock. Play Talisman. And return. No, thank you. Draw. I will cast a Drifter. Trigger. Draw 2. No. And no. Evoke, resolve. Cast Talisman and pass. And pass. Next turn we can just cast the Drifter as a body on board. Man, I think instead we'll just go World Break. Get rid of the Thicket and pass. No. And no. And pass. And draw. Cast Drifter. Draw 2. Yeesh. No. And no. Resolve. Play Wooded Foothills and hit you for 5. Put a pause on end step. Boggle, that's fine. Umbra, that's fine. Umbra, that's fine. I will fetch. For a Breeding Pool tapped. And draw. Sprawl for red. I am gonna play Ugin Lab, and with the trigger on the stack, I'm gonna scry draw. Hold up. Is this blue or red? That's blue. One more. X equals 5. We have a World Breaker we can play. So, alternatively, you can just Emrakul, because 7, 14, yeah. So I think that is that bottom, top, and draw. No imprint. No reason to sweep. And that should just be the game. No. And attack. And opponent scoops it up. Take the win. Alright, solid win for match 4. We'll be back for match 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5. On the play for game 1. I will keep. We'll fetch for our forest, Utopia Sprawl for red, and then temple, hold, command. Forest, sprawl, red, pass. And pass. Urza Tower. Oh, thank God for this Ghost Quarter. Love to see a Micro spawn. Null Drifter solid though. Temple. And pass. The Chromatic Star to me reads as traditional green Tron. Command. X equals 2. Done. Feels like they have natural Tron here. For blue. Is this blue Tron? No shot. Did not expect to see that today. Yeah. Well, shoot. Alright. Interesting. Well, that does make things more complicated, doesn't it? And draw. I mean, this makes things a whole lot less complicated. Let's go Verdant Catacombs. Fetch. For a forest. That's a red, we're gonna say blue. Karn the Great Creator? Minus Karn the Great Creator. Yes. For liquid metal coating. And pass. And pass. Do you have natural Tron? Tron isn't the main objective of blue Tron, so it's possible they just have the 2 Tron lands. Yep. Preordain, looking for answers. Funny enough, I think keeping off of blue might be more important than anything else. Sphere, map. Cast liquid metal coating. You have a force. Minus KGC. ES. For a liquid metal coating. Play Ghost Quarter. And I think just Ghost Quarter now. Opponent scoops. Opponent scoops. Win for game 1. On to game 2. Now I have to consider here what we want to play. And return comes out, that much is certain. I guess consign is still relevant. Yeah, we'll go with that. Run it back, not much else to do here. Because I'm not sure if they're on like blue Eldrazi Tron or if they're just like straight up traditional just blue Tron. Hard for me to know. On the draw for game 2. I mean, it's a Command X1. We draw into another soul land in which we have 7 hits for. It's not bad. Another land would be okay. I mean, Ghost Quarter is just solid in this matchup in general, but it does feel a bit slow. But we're on the draw. Yeah, we'll keep it. And pass. 'Tis mine. 'Tis a star. And draw. 'Tis a Karn. Pass. And hold. Star for blue. Okay. Preordain, maybe? Yep, preordain. One top, one bottom, and draw. There's a power plant. And a map. I'd like another land if possible. There's our land. I mean, we could consign to memory. Ghost Quarter? Because, I mean, if they crack map and go tower, that's kind of okay. You're just leaving them with 3. Yeah, let's put Foothills and pass. The other option, of course, is I could command X1. If you have the tower in hand, then I'm in a bit of trouble, I'd argue. That wouldn't be, like, the worst thing in the world. What are we thinking here, opponent? Shoot. Chromatic Star resolves, yes. That could be an issue. End step. What did Foothills fetch? I'm gonna go Breeding Pool Shock. And then K command X1. See if they counter it. There we go. And done. It resolves. Well, that's interesting. Why would you let that resolve? Null Drift. Ghost Quarter's not doing too much right now is my only concern. Right? I mean, they have the map. You might need to just hold up the consign. Play the Ghost Quarter. Crack the map. 4. Why would he do this now? For a blue source? But why for a tower? End step. Draw. Ghost Quarter, mine. I have a 50-50 hit here. Hold. Preordain resolves. One top, one bottom draw, plays the tower, plays a chromatic. Okay. And passes. I would like the Malevolent Rumble, don't get me wrong. But again, holding up this consign might be better. Like, we're very much in a consign war, I feel like. I'd love a green source off the top. We'll pass. Either that or another command would be good. Sphere's fine. And passing. And draw. Gemstone. I mean, we have Breaker, right? We also could play Karn and still hold up. I think we do that. 2-4. Yeah, we'll do that. KGC. Does KGC resolve? I'm doubtful. Chromatic for blue. Why do that when you already have blue? Unless you need double blue for a force. Or just hard cast it. Chromatic for double blue. Triple blue. What is this? Okay, it is a force. Okay. And pass. And hold. Our third tower. Sphere resolves. Again, would like a green source. We could kick. We could kick. Yeah. I think at this point we send it. And there's a consign. Or not. Double blue. But why? Okay, I was right about consign. Okay, yep. That resolves. Not much we can do about that. I mean, that could come to bite me. We'll find out. Pass. Map. Why tap 2 towers? They are holding up blue for something then. Draw. Man. I mean, just a green source would be fantastic. Because right now we're just kind of dirtling. I'll just hold the consign. Do you have a command? You have a command for 4, we're gonna consign it. Yep. Replicate, target, and 3 times. I guess only really need to do 2, but yeah. Same target, same target, same target. That way if they force it, then it wouldn't matter. Oh jeez. Ulamog, yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. Indestructible. Rumble. Yeah, I don't think I have a clean way out of this one, do I? I guess, well, that's not entirely true. Ugin Lab, Imprint, Worldbreaker. And pass. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're short 3 on the Emrakul, though, is the problem. I can block, but if they get 1 more attack in... Okay, never mind. Can't block anymore. Ugh. And I think we just concede here. I'm trying to think of ways out. Okay, they run Portent. That's good to know. Well, lost for game 2. Let's move on to game 3. Yeah, just our draws were rough. At any moment in time, if we just drew into a green source, we would have been in a much better position. Yeah, I think we just run it back. Yeah. Portent is interesting. It does exile the cards. I wonder if maybe Jailer would be right. Could be argued. I'll keep it. Let's go Forest, Sprawl for blue. Unless you want to force it. Yeah, it's fine. And pass. Urzamine. Map. And draw. Sire. Commercial District. Trigger. Rumble. Top. Sprawl. For blue. Pass. And pass. And draw. Maybe I should have put Rumble into the yard in retrospect. Yeah, this is interesting. I will Malevolent Rumble. Jeez, not what I wanted to see. I was hoping that this would be a Talisman of Curiosity. I was hoping to see a Soul Land, but none of the above. Grab the forest. Play the forest and pass. Well, they have Tron now. Yeah, my thought was we would have 8 hits with a soul land. And if we hit the soul land, we could grab Ghost Quarter to stave off Tron. But that is unfortunately not the case now. 7 for Ugin. Well, that's unfortunate. Not the end of the world, but it is a bit annoying. Gain 3 life, draw a card. Draw. Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. Would have been able to kick, but now we can't. Breeding Pool, Shock, and Pass. And Pass, yeah. Ugin might make my life pretty difficult here. Gain 3 life, draw a card. I mean, I need to deal with Ugin. 3. Map, that's fine. Yep, you can net neutral, but 10 next turn. Otawara. Well, that's awkward. You now have a blue source. And draw. Breaker. Fortunately, we are short on mana. I'll attack Ugin. Down to 8. Thing is only doing 1, like, realistically speaking, I'm only doing 1 damage to Ugin a turn. Because I just keep on plussing and drawing. Yeah, I truly believe that Ugin's better fit for Tron than it is for E-Ramp. Blue Tron's interesting, though. I mean, with the amount of card advantage they have, I'm unfortunately fearing that we might be out of this match unless something drastic happens. Them hitting the Utopia Sprawl was actually significant. Okay, like draw a card. I guess realistically speaking, in game 2, no. I'm trying to think what I could have done differently in game 2. I don't think there was much. Malevolent Rumble. And start by attacking the Ugin, see if they might do something about it. And there it is. K command. Ugin resolves. How many times am I going to replicate? It's a good question, though. I think maybe 3? Or 2, rather. Same target, same target. Not sure if that was right, is the problem. Malevolent Rumble. Emrakul. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I'll grab that Emrakul. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah. Alright, let's see if it works next turn. I mean, I feel like they likely have a consign available. My biggest fear is that they have a freaking Ulamog in hand. But leaving the Ugin just out here does not help me. I feel like they had the Ulamog. 2, 4, 6, 9, 10. I mean, they have it right now. If they have a Portent, that would be a bit rough too. What I was kind of hoping for last turn was a Talisman X7. Alright, what do you exile? Or into reveal. Thank God, nothing. Yep, triggers. So they've used the blue now. I guess they now have the chromatic sphere, right? Does consign go to hand? They cast a spell from among the exiled cards of payment mana cost, then put the rest of the exiled cards in hand. Oh, okay, so the rest of the cards do go to hand. So that means that they do have consign in hand. Oof. Lab. Bolt. Why bolt? Interesting. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you draw into a land, I'll world break. Going to discard. Discards a chromatic. That is perfect. I mean, I guess I could resolve the Emrakul and just stick the body. That is a thought. You don't necessarily need for it to land. Let's go to combat. Or for the trigger to resolve, rather. Attack Ugin. We know for a fact that they have to have a consign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is enough. The body can't be countered. You'll counter the trigger, though. That is fine. We'll hold up the blue source for consign. Do they have an Otawara? They might. Well, that's concerning. Are they going to go for their Portent? Looks like it. For 10, it resolves. There's Ulamog. So what do you grab? Also, you're going to cast the Ulamog and then keep probably Consign. So it chooses. Let's see here. I want to confirm what you chose. Stop. Chooses Portent, Command, Consign, and Brain. So Portent, Command, Consign, and Brain. Cast Ulamog. So that trigger will resolve. Replicate. They can counter the replicate trigger, so I do need to be mindful of that fact. Target this one first. Replicate for 1. We go for the same targets. Or do we go for the body? Because if they counter the Consign, that's targeting the triggered ability. Well, I guess they can with a force. The thing is, they'd only need 2 attacks with that Ulamog. Jeez. One, two, three, four, five, 6. If the trigger resolves, we're just dead. Go for the body. And pass in full. Ah, shit. I was right. I'm not sure if there really was a good option, unfortunately. No. And no. And now they get to hold up a consigned memory. Now we're kind of back where we started, but they have so much card advantage now. If we had left the Ulamog to its own devices, it only needed 2 turns, and we still need to deal with this Ugin all the while. So I'm not sure what my options were there. Draw. Okay. Attack at Ugin. Ugin down to 3. Kick with a Myco spawn. They only have 1 mana to consign. They only have 1 tower. What cards are in your grave, real quick? 1, 2, 2 towers, 2 plants. So it doesn't really matter there. So I actually want to take out the plant then. Yes. Take out the power plant. Consign, targeting the kick. Grab a Ghost Quarter. rather not, but here we are. And let's target the plant again. They do have a K command in hand that we need to deal with. Fail to find. Ah. As of when they gotten through enough cards. Alright, 3 plants in yard. Stone Brain? Okay. Or what? Still need 1 land for World Breaker here. Activate Stone Brain. Naming what? I'm gonna guess Karn the Great Creator. Emrakul the Promised End. Oh, I only have 1 left in here, so that's all you're gonna get. He played a land for turn, so I think we're going to clear to get rid of Ugin. Draw. Temple. Let's start off with Ugin. Ugin is down. Temple. And cast World Break. Actually, be a little bit smart here. I mean, they know what I have in hand. But if they make me pay 1, I suppose, right? World Break. Do we get rid of a tower? Or do we get rid of a blue source? I think getting rid of either or is fine. Let's get rid of a tower, though. And pass. You have another consign. Of course you do, right? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Too short of just recasting that next turn. Oh boy, this has gotten interesting. That K command can go for X equals 5. You can play Sire next turn, but an Ulamog is scary. Chromatic Star, passing. Okay, draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can Utopia Sprawl. Let's go to attacks first. See how they K command. For red, I guess one could argue to have held that. Threat another consign, I suppose. Yeah, in retrospect, I probably should have bluffed. Does it resolve? It does. Command X equals 4. So they're going to go for Portent. How many Ulamog's do they have is a good question. Yeah, I should have held up the Utopia Sprawl. Because they knew we didn't have a consign in hand, but have one more in deck. Would have at least gotten the think, right? But they probably still would have played the command regardless. Really? Think they go for Portent here? There's the power plant. Yeah, they're definitely going for Portent. The question is how many Ulamogs they play. Sphere. Why wouldn't they just go for it? Unless they already have it in hand. They really only play one Ulamog. I'd be hard pressed to think that, right? Maybe. That would be interesting if so. World Breaker. Well, let's start by attacking all at Ugin. Ugin down. Malevolent Rumble? Force. Pitching Portent. That means they have nothing in their deck, right? Interesting. Is this another command? If it is, why wouldn't you play it earlier, though? Yeah, it's definitely a command. You could have gotten rid of the Sire. Scry draw. Very confused. I feel like if they had something left in their deck, then they would have just gone for it, right? 3 top, 4 bottom draw. Hold up the ability to respond? Oh, so you do have an Ulamog. Weird. Return World Breaker to hand. Unfortunately, I can't return both. And pass. I mean, all they need is 2 attacks. If I can find a Karn, though... Oh, okay, now if you name Karn the Grey Creator, then I think the game is over. Because then I can't grab Bridge. Oh. Okay. I feel like Karn is the better hit there. Because, yeah, if I get Karn and go into Bridge, then I think I win. Draw. Ooh. Sprawl for red. And pass. Three. Specimen's fine. We'll pass. Because, yeah, now it comes down to Karn. Yeah, consigns out in full. That's Misty Rain. That will not do it. That is unfortunate. Because, yeah, that means they got it. Yep, you got it. I mean, to be honest, I feel like we made it a lot further than I was expecting in that moment. So I'll take it. We were way far behind for a while. I'm just still confused why they didn't Portent of Calamity earlier. Reveal the top X. For each card you may exile, put the rest into your put the rest into your graveyard. That's why. Okay. They didn't want to deck themselves, I guess. So instead, they're just trying to dig for the Ulamog with command. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I feel like we played Turret Outs through and through. Getting rid of the Ugin was a struggle to try and just not let it ult. We were never really attacking their life total, which was rough. Yeah. Interesting match. I do wonder if I had... No, the body needed to go. If I left that Ulamog on board, I just really wouldn't be able to do much. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's like any other lines I could have made other than like maybe bluffing the Utopia Sprawl when I played it instead. Yeah, hard to say. By the ways, solid league. 3-2 records, respectable. I can't really complain with it. I mean, this deck, whether it's Karn Eldrazi Ramp, Temur Eldrazi Ramp, or otherwise, just continues to impress. I think overall we're sitting at a, what win percentage? 61.2% win. So, I mean, it's looking good. I think you could play either Karn Eldrazi Ramp, Temur Eldrazi Ramp. Not sure about Gruul. I do genuinely feel like Gruul is the worst of the three, but definitely viable. As far as the sideboard's concerned, I mean, I think they're all pretty tight at this point. Not much that I would change outside of maybe the Stone Brain. I'm still not entirely sold on Stone Brain in Temur and Gruul, but I'm not sure if there are like better options. The only one I can think of is Trinisphere if Prowess becomes more popular. Hell, even at that point, maybe Chalice of the Void. But I think the deck will be kept in check over time. We'll have to wait and see. But that being said, that there will end today's league. As always, if you guys did enjoy this video, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or just some general feedback. It is always appreciated. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. Otherwise, you can always support me monetarily via Patreon, where you can get early access to both my videos as well as my updated deck guide. With that being said, folks, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!